G-O-L-F, it's Golf Radio.
Hey everyone, it's DJ Stang Daddy here, also known as Tyler. I'm here with Jasper.
Hi.
Lionel's in the back without the microphone. And I have a very special guest. You may know him from Who's Got Jokes on TV One or America's Got Talent
I can't even get the voice.
or Dancing with the Stars,
The voice.
Season 8.
The voice.
Everyone, OT Genesis, also known as Vince Staples.
Don't clap for that.
I don't appreciate you coming at the homie like that.
Yeah, that was mean as fuck.
I feel like you're the only one that gets it when I say, fuck, I hate being a rapper. Because it's when you tell someone, it's just like being on a plane. They're like, oh, what do you do? I tell people I'm a musician. But their first thought is like, oh, he's a rapper. And when you think rapper, it's the respect level isn't even there. Because one, it seems like nowadays it's so easy to do that. Two, you don't even have to have an actual talent to some people. So it's like, it's this perception like, oh, you got on easy. You don't really have much to offer. You're replaceable. Just that respect level is just so gone, and it's only getting worse and worse by day.
And it's sad because it was at a point in time, like I was talking to Chase old ass about when he was on tour. He said the rapper was the last person in hip hop that anybody gave a fuck about. It was like at first it was the DJ and it was like the breakdancing, like it was the graffiti. You could do graffiti and be at a show and they wouldn't give a fuck about who was on stage talking. You were just there to hype up the DJ. And the respect from the rapper came within being an individual, not even just being unique, just being an individual that stood for something or meant something. Nobody can tell you shit about who they are or what they represent or what they care about. I remember the first time we went on tour with Tebe, this dude kept trying to rap. And then like, he used to always be like, nah. And then the next tour we did, the same dude in the same city kept trying to rap. And I was like, all right, rap. And he did his little whatever bullshit he did, right? And after he was done, I was like, okay. He rapped for like 2 minutes. And I was like, okay, tell me one thing you just said. Don't tell me a bar. Tell me the explanation or the description of one thing that you just said. And he didn't have shit to say. Nothing means anything, especially what we're being said, and we ignore the influence. Like, black people are doing Xanax for the most part because they heard it in a rap song. Black people are drinking lean for the most part because they heard it in a fucking rap song. And if that even gets noticed slightly and a little bit, it's so much power within the shit that we do. If you look at culture in general, this is probably the first time it's been recognized. There is no other culture except hip hop. Motherfuckers ain't walking around doing anything that isn't directly reflected upon hip hop. Look at Justin Bieber, look at Taylor Swift, look at all these people. They are reflections of what hip hop music is. Programmed drums, all this other shit. And we are the last people to even notice how much influence we have, and we don't really respect it because a lot of people look at this music as a way to make some money and get rich.
Exactly. And it sucks. And back to that power thing, like, it's so many niggas just like drugged out of their mind because the rap. And when someone decides to like do the opposite of that or try to say that shit is not tight, they get attacked so crucial for that.
Oh, you talking to me, bro? They get mad at me every fucking week.
Dude, I be like, niggas be like, some tweets I be getting. Like, you not fucking holy, motherfucker. Like, if we want to fucking do, you not God. I'm just like, nigga, it's like 12-year-olds out there who probably don't have parents, who don't have older figures or anyone to look up to, who probably are like followers. So me saying, no, don't fucking pop Xanax. Go do something. Go on a hike or be
go
positive
outside
or something. Like, maybe they'll listen to that and become something, or no, they'll listen to the same shit and become, the product of whatever the fuck, which isn't really that positive. And it's crazy that people are so against that.
Art drives culture forward in general. If you go to the beginning of fucking time, think about Greece or ancient Egypt, all these things, art drives culture forward. And for the most part, people where we come from, just in urban situations, not necessarily just black, but just urban in general, if you live in a fucking cityscape, the most art you'll see, unless you go to the museum, which most people don't, is music and film. That's what shapes all of us, and that's what determines who we are as a young age, and our parents, of course. But you're at school and by yourself more than you're ever with your parents if you have good parents because they're at work. They're at work, you're at school, they come home, they probably go to sleep, you watch TV. Your mom's cooking or something, cleaning the house, you're watching TV, you're listening to music. That's what shapes us who we are. We spent the most time with our peers and whatever art form that we...
Whatever art form, and most people gravitate to someone who's the front of that art form. So for me, it was, the people that I look up to. And for others, it may be either me or you or someone else.
Jasper.
And you don't realize how much fucking power you have until you go somewhere and see motherfuckers dressed like you or doing things that you do and that shit is nuts.
3 days after the Yonkers video, 3 days, walking down Pico, it was like 5 of you.
Pico.
3 days, right? Like you buy fucking like the Nick's Diner, whatever that shit is called, 3, just walking.
That's fucking crazy.
And that was in a matter of hours, but there was something that felt that connection, and you never know where these things stem from, which is why, especially nowadays, I try to be careful with the things I say and the things I do, because when everybody was younger, you're reckless, you don't care, it doesn't matter, you're just having fun in the moment, and some shit might happen to come out, some shit might. I remember when you made that fucking beat, and it was funny, you said Jadakiss, and then you put on the fucking beanie and start rapping like Jadakiss for like 2 hours.
Niggas don't know that beat was made as a joke. I was trying to make a shitty New York beat, and we was just rapping like we was from New York, like we were retarded, and then I just had some random verses, and I just actually was like, I'll just record it to this beat. Like, this beat is kind of cool. And then niggas really liked it. And that's so nuts, because that shit was actually a fucking joke. I made that beat in literally 8 minutes.
That shit was hilarious. But you see how things can turn out, which is why it's so important to just, and it's not all about being fucking positive. Like, you don't got to preach no more. You got to open up the fucking Bible. That's just not what it's about. You just have to be who you are, because they might not take the positive, they might take the negatives, they might take anything, but it's still helping them shape into being a person. If motherfuckers is literally like, you're whatever online account that you have, that's who you are. Motherfucker will ask you what your Twitter is before they ask you your last name.
Yeah.
That's the world we live in now.
That's how niggas holler at a girl, hey, what's good? Hey, what's your Instagram?
Right? Like, get her fucking address.
I've done it, actually. Hey, what's your Instagram? Just to lurk, see what they into, like.
Because that's their life.
Yeah, your Instagram, and that shit, damn, that's crazy. That's like your biography almost. Like, based off your Instagram posts, I could not fuck with you.
Bro, it's crazy. It's funny thinking when we was fucking younger, you had to really, you had to learn, bro.
People.
You had to learn about a motherfucker.
Try, really conversation, which is crazy, too. The internet's giving so many people like them awkward motherfuckers who will never stand up and speak in class or even talk, because they're hiding behind that screen. That's giving them a voice, making them feel so important, and like having opinions on things that they wouldn't even attempt to do, because that's just, I've met niggas. I know a dude who like blogs, fucking will tweet all his opinions, stern, see him in person, quiet, awkward, never spoke in class, really reserved, like, and I'm just like, this is crazy.
A lot of writers are like that too.
You're the ones that's like writing on these websites, like this, but you and
they be so bold with their opinion, like so they bold, know but music.
In person, you never speak.
The only writer I ever met that's the same way they are on their writing and online and in person is Andrew Nas. Because I was at Mac's house, and he told him, like, so how does it feel to be white surrounded by black people? What do you get from that? Is that where you get your influence from? Because I know you don't know what you're talking about. And it was like, oh, all right. And it was fucked up, but I was like, hey, I can't get mad at you because you
honest.
Like you say how you feel.
Black people.
Yeah,
it's so fucked up because they hate us.
Sound like
I don't know why
right
I
now.
made that weird eye contact with you. I really like your eyes.
It's serious. J-Lo and Pitbull went on tour together.
Oh,
J-Lo's killing it. She always has a hit, and no one knows. She always, every year, she has a hit.
You know how?
Song.
Why didn't we go to that show?
It was probably terrible.
J-Lo, Pitbull.
I wonder what Pitbull shows are like in general.
Spanish, bro. He wears a fucking suit. No,
everywhere.
he wears a suit, bro. And he takes the jacket off with the sweat on his back and start dancing. It was
He had a suit shirt on under, huh?
What's that? The show that the TV channel that plays like all the they play like full concerts. I don't know if it's Fuse or some bullshit. I watched the Puff Daddy Dirty Money tour in Scotland. That shit was horrible. And then after that, they put the Pitbull show on, bro. When I said I never seen as many people.
Diddy was on to something with Dirty Money.
Damn.
Dirty Money was hard, bro.
Dirty Money was kind of tight.
But the girls didn't get along.
Yeah, that's what kind of broke it up. But he had like
Love Come Down was crazy.
it was. I fucked with Dirty Money.
And he had a kilt on before Kanye.
Really.
He had 2 bottles of Ciroc on stage in Scotland, black kilt, and then he did More Money, More Problems with both the bottles in his hand.
So cool.
Whoa, how
I
did
saw
he
him-
hold the
I
mic?
saw him the other day.
Exactly. It was on a
shit,
stand.
I didn't even think about
it was
that.
on a stand. So he would imagine the verse because he's dancing. He's cutting in and out. But he got the 2 girls rapping while they dancing, but they mics is in their hands, and then he walk away from the stand, 2 bottles of Ciroc
And just
with
dance.
with the kilt and the leather Yankee hat on.
Yo, I told that nigga the other day when I saw him at the carnival. I was like, yo, like Finna Get Loose is retarded. I love that.
You want to know the story behind that song? He was at the studio with No ID, and he played him a gang of shit, and he was like, I don't fuck with it, and he was like, and then they like left the session, and Diddy called him back like, at first I was like, who is this motherfucker to tell me what he done did? Because I know what I did, and then he looked, then I looked at your discography, and I seen you did a lot of shit, so I want to know what made you say that. He was like, you're not dancing no more, my nigga. He was like, when you was the hottest shit, you couldn't put on a Puff Daddy song, and if you wasn't dancing, you're crazy. And when he did Finna Get Loose at the BET Awards, I almost cried, bro.
Nigga, I was like, I had pink eye. We just got out of a fucking river in fucking Montana. This is no lie. And we got back to the bus, and I checked all my fucking mentions, and everyone's like, yo, Tyler, you hear the new Pharrell Puffy song? Niggas know I'm a fan. Niggas know I gotta hear my shit. And they didn't see me tweet about it, so they all nervous. And I fucking look on TV, man.
Bentley came out with the umbrella, bro. The umbrella.
Pharrell looked so damn bored, and it was so tight.
Because he
Look back at that performance.
But you're
Look
not
bored
listening.
as
They
fuck.
never got
Looked like
loose.
a little gay motorcycle boy.
Yeah, he had the jeans
Yeah.
with the Adidas logo on the back. But you gotta understand that's a very sad song because it never got loose. He was waiting for it to get loose the entire song, and it just never happened.
That song's so good.
Painted
Niggas-
Pharrell.
Hey, it's the time though. If that song would have came out 10 years ago,
Because it's not cool to be happy right now.
it's not, dude.
If you happy, it better be because of the Mollies.
Mm-hmm.
We not fucking with it.
I will always buy iTunes gift cards. I bought like 2 of their albums, and was fucking mind blown. Like, wow, this is like crazy.
I used to run into a lot of like just random things because in Long Beach, it's like right by I lived on 7th in Temple, and then like that's like 7 streets away from the water basically, and they used to have something called Punk Picnic, and they used to be like a bunch of random, like they would have like fucking Megadeth or some shit play, and then they have a lot of random other smaller bands played and like 2 more big bands. They used to have cover bands, and the cover bands used to play early, and it would be like on a Saturday morning, so it'd be loud as fuck, and I could hear it from my house, and I would always wonder what songs they were, and the ones I liked a little bit, I used to just like Google whatever line I could like kind of hear from my house, and I found a lot about like random bands and things that a lot of people haven't heard based on that shit they used to do down the street. So
Yeah, I was in like 7th grade. I guess that's the age you start trying to find yourself. So I start kicking it with like the Mexican kids that were in the rock that wore the big old Osiris shoes and the DCs and
with the choked laces,
but they were
spike
big
belts.
as fuck in the spike belts, and they introduced me to a lot of music, and then, but I was still into rap, so like it was just me being into a bunch of stuff between me introducing them to like some jazz and fusion and soul and rapping, and then trading off, and then 8th grade came, and then I started meeting kids who weren't so into that hardcore stuff or rap, but they was into like the Hives and Block Party.
Yeah.
Like I looked up the Block Party shit the other day, and like Interpool, like Slow Hands Interpool came out in 8th grade, and then that's when White Stripes was popping, and that Elephant album with Ball and the Biscuit, dude. What?
That was crazy. Like people just kind of sleep on that time of music just in general. Like,
And at the contrast to that was Little John released Crunk Juice, Rhythm and Gangsta came out. We were about to get the documentary by Game.
around fucking
My
Panic
House.
at the Disco.
Yeah,
You know what
like,
I'm saying?
It was, That was such a crazy time for bunch. And then right
All Out
before
Boy.
then is when T.I. was just getting into his like
his actual sound. Because T.I. has a sound.
know?
It's not a lot of rappers that have like a unique sound that no one else can do. It's like T.I., Snoop Dogg, and Pusha T. It's a couple people that literally can never be mimicked.
So that was a really good time. And
Just in the creativity of music, probably not the success, probably not the money that was made. If we're talking about everything being creative, like, come on, Gwen Stefani went solo. That was where we come from. That shit was like motherfuckers was mad.
Love Angel Music Baby came out fucking November of 2004, and we were just gearing up to get Late Registration by Kanye, and we didn't even know it.
Yeah.
So great.
That was a good time in music.
That was a good time in music. We sound old now.
Yeah, look, it's like pieces of shit like was only like 9 years ago.
You do Blue Sway last, right? Is that always your go-to? Like, if you having a horrible show, you know that one is like on.
Yeah, motherfuckers just be so cool at the show, but I be forgetting that they be rap niggas at the show. They want to bob their head and shit. That shit's weak. The first concert I ever went to was a Diana Ross concert, and they was losing their fucking mind. I don't want to see you stand still. They was going crazy at the
You
Diana
bring
Ross
rap
show.
niggas though, like, I do. You know, you bring rap niggas. I think.
But I think they mad at me now. Like, Questlove told me, he's like, the reason everybody's so upset that you don't listen to a lot of music that we like is because you just remind us of that shit. Like, well, I don't care what I remind you of. I probably heard that shit like once or twice. You know how you do your run through just to be respectful? Some shit I'm not fucking with.
Yeah, I'm just not like that. Shit's crazy. You bring the rap niggas to your shows. It'll slowly. I think on whatever you work on next, that'll slowly like.
I'm already working on some shit, but it's like real specific. Cause I just want everything to be well rounded. Like, if you can't look at something and know what it is, or in vice versa, if you can't hear it and know exactly what it is and what it relates to, I don't feel like you did a good job of rounding out the project. Like the music must relate to the art, and like when my friend Asher got me in a Joy Division, the one thing that made the most sense to me was how everything looked, how it sounds, and the visuals and just their pictures. It's a real experience of who that person is and what that's why shit lasts forever. Like, you look at Michael Jackson Off the Wall, or Michael Jackson's Bad cover, actually. That looks how the music sounds. And I feel like we nowadays, a lot of artists don't pay as much attention to every aspect of it. That's really one thing I'm working on the most now, is like, you look at to where every song relates to the cover in a different way, no matter what it is. Every song relates to the color scheme, and just making everything well-rounded, because music is, the more I had to kind of figure out how to make it, because that was never something I really wanted to do when I was younger. I just knew what I liked. I wasn't a super big fan of everything. Whatever I liked, what I listened to was a direct connection to what I felt at the moment, like what kind of related to me the most, and what my parents listened to. So going on and listening to more music as I got older, I built a greater appreciation for it and a greater appreciation for just the artists themselves. So I kind of want to make sure that my listener doesn't get cheated, because a lot of motherfuckers get cheated out of the full experience.
No, I feel you. I feel you on the match stuff. I feel like niggas just be putting out songs.
It's definitely you put
niggas
together a
don't.
list of songs and put a cover on it.
Yeah, and it doesn't relate to. Like, I feel like with at least my albums, you name an album and I could tell you where I was mentally. You could listen to it and just see where I was mentally.
You can look at it, it's everything.
Or know some kid drew this photo the other day, and it was me, how I was dressed every album. And it's so specific.
That's crazy.
And it was like, I didn't really notice it, but it's like, oh shit, like, you kind of,
just the
like,
growth.
you know the timing, yeah. Like, so I know for my next shit, I'll probably be, somebody will probably just draw me in overalls and shit, because that's all I've been wearing recently. So, and a lot of people just don't do that. Same thing with Ye.
Oh, definitely.
You could look at his outfit and be like, oh, that was this album.
Yeah, that's
Same thing
808's era. That's Late Registration era.
Like
It's,
all the greats, you could do that.
it's great. I think that's a very important part of music, and like it's one thing that's kind of missing in rap. Like, you see, like, even with our branding, with like our logos and just certain things like that that people don't pay attention to, you see the Rolling Stones logo. You can't know it's not them. You can't look at Pink Floyd or anything minor, even Minor fucking Threat. You know what it is. Even the shit that nobody even likes, you can tell what it is. It's very unique. Because when I was younger, bro, and like when I first started using fucking iTunes after the whole BearShare, LimeWire bullshit, when I couldn't steal anymore, I used to be so annoyed if an album didn't have the correct cover, or if it wasn't right in the right number order. When we used to get the songs and it's like the number would be 01, then the title with the I used to get mad as fuck.
I have to fix that.
Everything had to be perfect, and it's to the point now that shit don't even matter, and that's crazy to me.
Like niggas be shooting videos that don't even go with the song. Like, that's a big thing for me. Like, videos are really important to me. And, like, a lot of the songs I make are based off of, like, either photos or, like, what, like, oh, damn, this beat sounds like this scene.
You know, it's crazy.
I would do that. And niggas don't do that no more.
Bro, you know, it was so hard to make this album because they're like, what do you want to make? And I only had, like, I had, like, one clip from American History X, and I was like, I wanted to feel like this, and I had another picture, like, I wanted to sound like this. And Dahi was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, just watch it. And literally, we would be in the studio, and we would just watch the movie. Like, every time, we would just not make any music. We just watched the movie and looked at pictures. And about 3-4 months in, it was easy. But it's like, it's a certain feel that you get when you look at. That's what makes shit great, bro. That's what makes art, any form of art, great, is the feeling that you get from it. That's why when I made Lift Me Up, I was trying to make We Carry On. It's certain things that I just try to mimic the feel of.
Yeah, 100%. That like Death Camp is literally fucking just when I listen to Black Lips. Yeah. That's why I got him to play guitar. When I listen to the Hives, Two Time and Touching Broken Bone, just that energy, and it's just like, fuck you, I'm in this bitch, and that's the feeling. And people, it's a weird line because some people only want lyrical, deep stuff and don't understand the feeling that you may get. And then, like, vice versa, it's like a blurred line. It's like you can't listen to this and this. It's like,
that's good. I mean, I don't know. It's the internet. The internet gave everybody an opinion, and whoever, you know, we could say that this door is fucking wood all day, but if 100 motherfuckers come here and tell us that shit is metal, or we're the crazy ones. Mm-hmm. And that shit sucks.
When you did the videos for, like, I know a lot of the recent videos for the project are like black and white. They all have this vibe that they all really have.
It's like,
and is that what you wanted it to sound like?
I got that from American History X. Mm-hmm. And when I was younger, my grandpa used to watch Andy Griffith a lot, and it was something about how it was that whole show. Like, the concept of that show is crazy. It's people in jail. Like, it's a lighthearted show about people being inside of a jail, and you don't think of it like that. Like, Opie's dad is the sheriff, and Barney is the dude who brings in everybody in jail, but everybody's happy and lighthearted. But when you really think about where they're at, it doesn't add up with how they feel. And that's one thing I tried to map out, because whenever somebody thinks about just fucking black people or Mexican people or anywhere, it's everyone's fucking poor. You either have a lot of money or you have zero money. Where I come from, it doesn't matter what color you are, any of that bullshit like that. And it's like Venice, like how American History X, that was the closest thing to where I come from. To me, it wasn't Boys in the Hood, it wasn't Menace Society. That shit doesn't happen where the fuck I live at. It's not that type of thing, but it's well-rounded in the sense of who the people are, but everybody has the same mind state. And it's such a beautiful place, and it's such an angry atmosphere vibe, because a lot of times you have people in middle America who say, I want to go to LA, I want to see the beach, I've never seen these things, I've never seen any of that stuff, I want to see the Hollywood sign, I want to go to New York City, and that's their escape. That's what gives them hope to have a better outcome in their life, is that one day they'll see that. But to us, it's like we spent our whole life here, and it still sucks.
Yeah.
So it was like, to me, that was the Andy Griffith show in reverse. Like, I just really thought about it one day. It's like, their life sucks. They're in the worst place possible, and they have the best outlook on life. And we're in the best place possible. We're at the end of the fucking earth, where everyone wants to be. and we have the wrong outlook on life. So I just kind of wanted to kind of show that clash. Like even like North is supposed to be lighthearted. Like it's supposed to be like a fucking joke. Like that's what that song it sounds like. It's like do. He's throwing the dude in the back of the fucking police car, and then him and his dad go fishing, and he just beat the shit out of somebody and took him to jail. Like that's what it is, but it doesn't feel that way based on how the emotion that they put behind it. And I just kind of wanted to show that contrast because I'm sick of motherfuckers just being like, it's fucking hard out here. We got to kill people every day. But like, where the fuck do you live? It's not the reality of the situation. The reality of the situation is that it's an uneven contrast because people either don't. I feel like money gets in the way of a lot of things, and comparing ourselves to other people get in the way of a lot of things. We were always worried, we don't have enough money and this and that, and well, they have more money than us and all that other bullshit. When you don't need any money because people pay millions of dollars to live in front of the water, and all you have to do is walk 5 blocks, and you're there. Mm-hmm. You're where people's sense of hope comes from, and it's something that we get clouded or misguided by. Like the music I listened when I was younger was like my dad only listened to Outkast and Michael Jackson, and my mom listened to literally gospel music, India.Arie, Mary J. Blige, and shit like that. So when we was younger, like our neighbors listened to Sublime and shit like that because we lived by like the Mexican, the white people. They were listening to shit like that. So me making like a Let Me Know or like one of those lighthearted like fucking with the Congos and shit that sounds coastal. That's what the environment really is. And I had a crazy idea for the fucking video, but we didn't make it happen. But it's just trying to get the contrast right, because a motherfucker will be like, well, you don't look like you live over there. Like, how? What does someone whose mom only makes $20 an hour look like? What does that look like? What does it look like to live in a bad neighborhood? What does it look like to grow up and with people that just happen to be from fucking gays? It's not that big of a fucking deal. No one really cares. Like nobody cares where we come from. No one even thinks about that shit because that has nothing to do with who you actually are as a person. And I feel like with our music, we ruin that. If you look at the post-punk movement or just punk, like the end of punk music in general, it was positive. They looked crazy, but their music was positive. Like you had the anti-skinhead movement, like what they were doing with like the Mind Threat and those kind of dudes, and they would have the Nazi patches with the censor signs and things like that. They were trying to get rid of certain things. But if you look at a show and you don't know who they are, you think it was just some crazy shit going on. And I think that's the best way we can do that nowadays, because there's a lot of misconception within just black music in general, is that we have to show that it's not really that fucking bad. Because we'll be okay. People die every day, everywhere, no matter where you're at.
That contrast thing, like I agree, because that's what I did with my last album. Because it was just like an ego thing with me. That's why the track list goes like this. You'll have fucking Young, and then that comes right after Brown Stains, which is right before Blow My Load, and Cherry Bombs right after Find Your Wings. Because it's just so like that contrast you said, like everything's like this, but blah, blah, blah. And I felt that with like, damn, I'm still, my life's great and I'm making a lot of money and success, but fuck, I still want to get fucking.
And that's life. Like
such a weird contrast.
Every important artist, every important facet, everything has a contrast, and we can't ignore it. We tend to ignore it for success reasons, things like that. But every 24 hours has a day and a night. You can't ignore one. Mm-hmm. It has to be both, or you're not well around it. And it just makes sense. Like when you meet an artist or you meet a person in general, we all have that contrast within ourselves. And the more that we put it into the music, I feel like the more successful we'll be in the long run.
I didn't know anyone else felt that way. That's why Buffalo video is before Find Your Wings. It's that contrast that I don't think people really understand just how that works, that night and day, and it's so important. And I feel like some people only focus on one thing, and they only dwell on one thing.
Because we get tricked.
We just focus on the wrong shit.
We get tricked and think we don't have the fucking time to think about it. So everything has to be so fast, and why? Especially with the internet, like somebody said, put out some more music, and I'm like, why the fuck do I have to do that? Mm-hmm. What kind of sense does that make? I waited like 2.5 years for a Ludacris album when I was younger.
Yeah, D'Angelo, niggas don't know Voodoo came out in 1999, and he just released the album in 2015.
And it was great.
And it was sick. And people People want it now because the mixtapes are just fucking up everything. Vine fucks up everything.
Vine changed music.
I
That's
can't
sad.
put out a fucking very smart 5-minute video because it's some nigga who put out a 15-second Instagram video that's making niggas want more of the 15-second video instead of the very thought out 5-minute one.
Look
And
at-
it's fucking everything. Niggas want McDonald's.
Look at how film
Over
is
Chris.
even suffering from this shit. Like film, how the fuck are movies not doing as well as they used to? That makes no sense to me.
Because
No one wants to sit there.
yeah, it's crazy. No one really looks at detail. It's the same format thing I was saying literally when we first started. Them hooks, man. Niggas want them hooks, and it sucks. I can't.
I don't know about the film thing because this year and last year they made so many movies that made over $1 billion.
But why is that not the regular? There's 7 billion people in the world.
Yeah, it's true.
A movie
But-
ticket costs $10 to $15. There are more failing films than successful ones, and doesn't necessarily mean they're not good. Inherent Vice did nothing, and that was a great movie. But it's 2.5 to 3 hours. So you look at that, you're not going to go. You have, the Straight Outta Comptons that were piggybacked off of something. You have this one's super bad, and all those other type of movies were doing very good. There were great films that came out, but they were just slower. They weren't doing well. And from an arts perspective, I was in Dope. I was there when they did that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I'm glad it did good, but there were some good fucking movies that were independent that got literally no push. Like Birdman, the whole concept of Birdman is crazy, but it's too
I like
fucking.
Birdman.
It's too. You know how many people haven't seen that movie, but everybody's seen. It's just they're looking for certain things. Like same thing with trap music. There could be millions and millions of trap songs that come out, and they could be good, they could be bad. But the fact that that's what the focus is on, other things are being ignored, and it just it's crazy. Like I don't fucking get it.
I'm so sick of trap music. I don't even listen to it, just niggas around.
Yo, Vince, for your videos, would you always come up with like the concepts and all this shit?
Every single one. I don't know how to. I'm not really that good at wording.
Yeah.
How to do certain things. So like I can.
I'm about to wrap up.
I have a couple people that I can show things and they'll understand what I'm talking about. So like I showed the dude who did North the beginning of the Andy Griffith show, and then he was like, oh, we'll just remake that. And for a senorita, I had like this concept like this zoo.
Yeah, I thought seeing your read video was tight as fuck, too.
Yeah, and that was so hard. It was more that we wanted to do, but it was just kind of hard to pull off in such a short period of time. But like as far as the overall concepts, like those are my ideas. I just don't really know how to word them or get them showcased on screen because I know I never really paid much attention. When I was younger, I always wanted to go to film school, but I wanted to be like a fucking cameraman or some shit like that, just to be able to be around the shit. I never wanted to have the main thing, just to be able to be around the thing. So I don't have a problem deferring to certain directors because you never know what you might miss out on. But yeah, like I basically come with the idea and then they try to elaborate on it or make it make sense.
That's tight.
That's tight. What do you? I hate when people ask me that shit.
What?
What are you working on next? Like
I'm trying to get this this album done. I got a couple songs, but I usually write the songs before I get the production for them, and then just figure out what fits the same mood of the writing, and then deduct because it's easier. I'd rather have it based on me being able to alter what I do, other than them. Because especially with a producer, I don't ever want them to feel like I want your ideas. I don't want you to try to conform to what I do because you just know who's to say what I'm doing next. You know what I mean? So I just kind of have a.
So you take their full thing and then you alter your way and.
Yeah, when I made the album, I had the cover done, and then I did like a short write up of like what I wanted, what like it signified to me, and then I just said make whatever you feel like that means, and then just let them go from there. So like, I make the album, I make the cover, and then the other stuff, and just figure it out after that.
You saw that?
Yeah, I saw that. That was crazy.
That's tight. That's how I do things. Well, I was just gonna say, damn, that'd be really sick to like someone give me a photo and be like, here, do this. But we do that with the jelly shit, like see a scene and be like, okay, fuck, I need to make music for this, and then knock it out. And that's kind of like the same thing.
And that's why, your stuff and is all well rounded because it's not stemming from one thing. It's not, okay, play the beat and then we're going to make the verses and then we're going to make the hook. And then if the song's not long enough, we'll do a bridge. Because that's what everybody fucking thinking nowadays.
Yeah. Some songs could be 50 seconds. Some songs could be 10 minutes.
That Jay-Z song.
Features better.
Yeah, I guess Jay felt like that song should only be that long. And that's tight as fuck.
He's been around long enough to know what to do and what not. Jay-Z, I feel like
He's so smart. I was
arrogant,
trying to pull up something.
As arrogant as everybody makes him seem, I feel like he probably listens more than every other rapper.
Mm-hmm. He's very aware. That's all it is about being aware at times. And Jasper being naked.
You weird.
I'm weird?
You smiled a little bit though.
See, Vince, you saw that? Wow. And guess what? We're gonna end the show on that note. And this is a song
Y'all
that
niggas tryna
this is a
play
song
me.
that Vince gave us. I've never heard it. It's by 2 Chainz called "Lap Dance in the Trap House."
Oh, this song is hilarious.
Anything that you want to say about this before we leave on Jasper smiling?
You still
Come
dirty
on.
with your dirty ass.
Yeah, I know. I watched it last night. It did not come out.
You stink. You need to take a fucking shower.
2 Chainz makes me happy because he makes fun of himself while he raps. You got to be bashful, man.
I didn't really appreciate 2 Chainz until like.
Don't think about it.
2 Chainz.
In this song, he says, oh, in the middle of the verse. I'm like, that's enough for me. Just play it again.
Here's "Lap Dance in the Trap House." Jasper's gay.
Golf Media!